I caught a taxi home after work, but the driver told me we had to wait for 2 more people, and that's when I realized I had booked a carpool. Without much thought, seeing that my phone only had 5% battery left, I asked the driver for a charger. Just then, another passenger got into the car. To my surprise, it was my company supervisor. I quickly scooted over to make room for him. After sitting down, the supervisor said his phone was dead. I had no choice but to let him use the charger. Even though I saw his phone still had 65% battery left, I didn't dare to utter a single word of objection. After waiting for a while, the supervisor asked the driver why we still hadn't left. The driver said there was 1 more passenger who hadn't arrived yet. The supervisor complained, saying that someone with such poor time management would have been fired long ago at our company. Shortly after, the 3rd passenger arrived, and it turned out to be our boss. We immediately shifted positions to make the most comfortable seat available for the boss. On the way home, the boss also asked the driver for a charger. The supervisor promptly handed over the charger to him. That's when I noticed the boss's phone still had 95% battery left. It turned out the boss was so compulsive that he felt extremely uneasy if his phone wasn't fully charged. But the supervisor took the opportunity to flatter him, saying the boss was only worried about his battery running out because he was so busy handling all kinds of matters at the company. Not only that, he kept talking down to me to further highlight the boss's success. I had no choice but to pretend to agree with what he was saying. Then the boss mentioned that money is the easiest thing to obtain in the world, and though he is highly successful now, he has lost the happiness he once had. Even the driver was irritated by his remarks, and I felt really uncomfortable listening to him too. Soon after, the driver pulled over in front of an upscale villa. The supervisor and the boss immediately remarked how expensive the houses in this area were, saying they could never afford to live here. They even asked the driver if he had taken a wrong turn. Before they could figure out what was going on, I had already quietly stepped out of the car and walked into the luxurious villa. Little did the boss know, I was actually wealthier than he.